This is the Say It Can't Gamer, and you are live with the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
Boom, 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 boom.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, the UFC 229 press conference, part 2. Conor McGregor, Khabib Nurmagomedov, and we're going to react with the MMA. Oh!
Wow.
Yes.
No.
Wonderful, wonderful. What's up, friends and family? Let's go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Conor, you ready? Khabib, are you ready? MMA-Holes, are you ready? Jessie, are you ready?
Murmur.
Are we going to get... What's the odds we get murmur one more time?
Oh, I give it a 99% chance.
Hold on a second.
Look at Khabib sitting there already. Where's Conor?
Hold on a second. The press conference started. We're going to react. There's no
Does
sound.
anybody in the media have a question for Khabib?
Okay, here we go. Conor is not there.
Well, Khabib.
Hold on.
Khabib,
I don't know if my crew is ready. Let's get some mics down here.
Here we go. We're going to react right away. This stream,
well, Khabib,
you're going to hear the audio.
Let's ask how you feel about this. I mean, you're here in a press conference by yourself. Give me an idea what the emotion is like for you having to be here by yourself and no Conor.
Hey, I don't need to wait for nobody. This is 3 p.m. Friends is here, media is here, everybody is here. Done a little bit late, it's okay. But 3 p.m. I beginning. If you guys have question, let's go.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Khabib is here, no Conor.
Of course, this is a huge opportunity for you. Massive fight, biggest fight of all time in UFC history. Let me ask you, what do you think this does for your career and what comes next? What do you see? You know, we saw Conor get 2 belts. We've seen people go weight classes. What do you do after the biggest fight in UFC history?
Honestly, I don't know.
Khabib does not look happy.
I'm not underestimate this guy, you know. I'm preparing, my weight is good. Tonight I have to make weight, and it's like after tomorrow. I'm focused on after tomorrow. After, we will see. We're gonna talk after this fight.
And they're booing away.
And Dana, if I could just quickly for you, I mean, what's your emotion right now? The biggest star in the sport, all these people wanting to see Conor, and he's not here. I mean, what's your take on that?
Listen, man, I'm excited. I can't wait for the weigh-ins. I can't wait for the fight. And Conor's in a car right now. He's on his way here. So he'll
Shocker, Conor is late again.
But yeah, I'm excited. So far, so good. Everything's been perfect, and I'm ready for the fight, man.
Khabib's sitting there with his belt all shined.
Conor's gonna come
Lastly for you, I mean, between the main and the
because
co-main,
I bet Khabib
huge fights at lightweight, right? I mean, the future of the division looks exciting, but we still got that
this is all
Dustin and
publicity
Nate fight
stunt.
out there.
Yeah, I think Conor, the UFC, he's like, listen, I'm showing up late.
Can you give us any updates?
Started
Is that
up.
fight happening? Is it a main event?
We're still working on New York. And, yeah, but as far as I know right now, that fight's happening. Yes.
He says he's still working on
I
you.
saw you on Instagram telling
Not the
people.
main event.
Okay, thanks.
Wait, he said it's not the main event. Hold on a second.
Khabib, Conor.
He said it's not the main event at 2:30.
Different things to get inside
The
your head.
Shevchenko.
Are you surprised that he's not here, or were you expecting something like this?
Let's get some Olays in the chat.
If you talk about he go inside my head, we're gonna see Saturday night. We're gonna see this.
Khabib.
Are you surprised that he's not here, or were you expecting this?
No, I don't think about him. You know, I have a schedule. 3 p.m. Press conference has to begin because I have schedule. I have to make weight. I have to worry about myself. Why I have to think about him? He come or not? If somebody late, this is not my problem.
Brooklyn
looks
happened
awful,
6 months
Khabib.
ago, almost
Couldn't wait.
exactly
He
6
looks
months ago.
awful.
Are you still angry about what happened then?
Little bit. If I say no, this is not true. Little bit, of course, I'm angry, a little bit emotional, but my
He's
job
hungry.
when I go to
What a
the
pull,
cage, I
Faye.
have to control my emotional. I have to stay relaxed, but keep going and mold this guy.
Does the anger help you?
Sometimes this happen. Sometimes this help you. Sometimes it's not. But most important, stay relaxed when you go to the cage. This is most important.
Хабиб, салам алейкум. Скажи, пожалуйста, после боя, если Конор протянет тебе руку, ты пожмешь ее?
Нет.
The crowd's getting loud over here.
Khabib, down
Sounds
here
like
to your
Khabib
left.
peeps.
Back in New York a few weeks ago, Conor said a few things about your teammates, your family, your fellow countrymen. Is Conor safe going to Russia these days?
Sorry, bro. Sorry. One more again. Sorry, bro.
Go ahead.
Conor said a lot of things about your fellow countrymen and your family. Is he safe going to Russia these days?
Khabib can't hear what they're saying. The crowd is too loud. Dana's whispering in his ear what they're saying.
He can say whatever he wants. When alcoholic, someone drunk guy talk, nobody cares about him. We just leave him alone, ignore him, and when we go to the cage, we will see who's gonna talk.
This is a hungry
Just
Khabib.
lastly, the weight cut. We know it's always difficult. How much have you got left to cut tonight, and how much are you weighing right now?
Hey, weight cut is always is hard. Always is hard. Thursday, this is my weight cut day, and you know that's why I don't wanna wait for someone 30 minutes, 40 minutes. That's why 3 p.m. press conference. After press conference, I have to go home and focus on my weight cut.
Does Khabib leave before Conor gets there?
He does. He looks like he's gonna rip someone's head off.
He's hungry.
Question for you: win or
He's hangry.
lose, will you shake Conor's hand after the fight? Win or lose, will
He
you
is
shake
not
Conor's
happy,
hand
Khabib.
after the fight?
I'm gonna shake his hand.
After the fight, win or lose,
No.
will you?
No way.
He's
This is
not
not-
gonna
No way.
shake Conor's hand.
No way. He's
Why
definitely
not?
he's serious.
Because
He pointed at his watch,
Khabib, over
looking
here.
over to say, what
I know
time
you're
is
on
it?
a strict schedule. How much time
He don't
are
wanna
you
be here
gonna
much
wait
longer.
for Conor to get here? Do you have to leave after a certain period of time?
Dana
I
White's
don't
translating.
know. I don't know.
Okay.
We will see. Maybe 2 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I'm gonna let you know, guys, before I leave.
Tony Ferguson was at the media day today and he brought his belt. He believes he's the real champion. What's your response to that?
Hey, you have to believe. You have to believe. When you fight like this high-level fight, you know, you have to believe you're the champ. Nobody can beat you. It's okay. I'm okay about this. But I'm not okay about when Dana say, where's Conor belts? I'm not okay about this because Dana already know where's Conor belts. Max Holloway and Khabib Nurmagomedov. He have to know, but, you know, he bring with him belts, like believe himself. It's okay. I'm okay about this.
If you're just
And-
tuning
but
in.
Tell this guy, hey, he lose his belts. He lose his mind. 2 years he didn't fight in UFC.
Last question.
We are
I know
reacting.
there's some
Khabib,
rumors
McGregor,
around
press conference number 2.
I don't know if he's mentally fucked. I think he's just
Would you be
really
interested
hungry.
in fighting for a 165-pound title?
That's absolutely not
I
true.
like this weight. I like
Hold on a
this
second.
weight. Why not 165, 175 or 170? Like, I think in future UFC gonna do these weights. Like right now I don't know and I don't think about these weights too, you know, because after tomorrow I have biggest fight in UFC history and I'm more focused on this fight.
Steven.
Khabib, when you sit down and visualize Saturday night, what do you envision happening in the octagon?
Think so, Staley?
How I see fight is going? I think like beginning of the first round I have to be careful with him because he have good timing, good boxing, you know. And but my wrestling and my pressure, my
Conor's
wrestling
still
and my
not in the
pressure,
building.
he have to kill me for stopping, you know. Inshallah, I'm gonna stop this guy. I'm gonna finish this guy. This is my plan.
Smokes Conor McGregor. McGregor.
Khabib,
10 minutes
Khabib,
in,
over
no
here,
Conor.
Khabib, to your right, Dana. Given what's happened in the build-up to this, and in New York, and the way you've been with each other,
the discussion of Islam, the whiskey last week. Has this become bigger than just
Look at this guy.
a fight in a steel cage on a Saturday night?
It's like the crocodile hunter.
Yeah, he's been doing this for a while, that guy. Right now, Dana's translating for Khabib. Khabib cannot hear what they're saying. The crowd's too loud.
Honestly, this is, for me, this is more than defend my title. For me, it's more than fight for the title, more than main event. You know, for me, it's personal. Honestly, for me, it's personal. And of course, this is biggest fight in UFC history, and we're gonna break this record. Numbers already talk about this, and you know, for me, it's personal.
Finally, do you believe that the way Conor McGregor behaves, not turning up on time, disrespects you as the champion and the sport?
I don't care about this. I don't care about this. You know, most important, this is believe myself. This is most important. I don't care about someone believe me or
Khabib
not.
wants food.
You know, this is
Immediately.
I don't care.
He's so angry. He's hangry.
Khabib.
He's like me without
said
pizza.
before that you're gonna give him 25 minutes in jail inside the octagon. Do you still feel the same way? Is the fight going to decision?
All right, let's see.
Maybe decision. Maybe I'm gonna finish him. You know, but all the time when he tired, he give up. This is all the time. Like before fights, he talk like, I'm ready for this, I'm ready for this. When he fight with DIAZ, when he fight with Mayweather, like, but when he tired, he give up all the time.
The press conference starts on time. No Conor. 12 minutes in.
Over here to your left. How do you think your level of hunger in this fight compares to Conor's?
Well, he's starving because he's weight cutting.
Go say that again, honey.
Translation.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
How do you think your level of hunger compares to Conor's?
This is bad. Now with the crowd there, Khabib can't hear anything.
Sorry about this because
this is almost
like
worse
I
than the
don't
first
hear.
time around.
Of course I believe myself. Of course.
He is
How I
food.
come here if I don't believe myself? I am UFC champion, undefeated, undisputed. If you don't believe yourself, how you can take this? You know, and I believe God first, and after I believe myself. You know why I'm here? Because God helped me. That's why I'm here.
God is a big UFC fan.
Do
So
you think you want this more than Conor does now that Conor has money and fame? Who's hungrier?
do you think you want this more than
We'll
Conor? What
see.
kind of stupid question is
Saturday
that?
night, I'm gonna show this.
Do you
Saturday
think you
night,
want this more than Conor?
all question is gonna be
Of course he
answered
wants
Saturday night.
Imagine
Please
nah, I
wait
think Conor wants
2
it more than
days.
me.
And
The fuck kind
Dana,
of dumb
for
question
you,
is that?
you had expressed in the past concern that McGregor may not be hungry because he made all that money
Get
and
this
has all
bitch
that
outta
fame
here.
now that
Get
this
her outta
fight
here.
has been made. What do you think about his hunger?
That McGregor might what?
Well, she's talking about his food.
You didn't know if he would take another fight because he made a ton of money and already accomplished what he had wanted. What do you think about his level of hunger now?
Yeah, no, basically what I said is when a guy makes $100 million, you don't know if he's ever going to fight again. You know, Conor made a lot of money and he went and I'm sure he had a lot of fun and did what he wanted to do. And, you know, no matter how
What
much
kind of
money you make, you
questions
can
are
only
these?
sit home for so long and you start to go crazy. And this, you
hungry.
can tell this guy is passionate about fighting. He loves it. He loves breaking records and he obviously loves making money. So he's back.
So far, some really dumb questions. No Conor McGregor.
Quickly,
Khabib
Khabib,
starving.
what do you think of the crowd here? Because they've been very loud leading into this fight. Does it affect you at all, dealing with the booze? How's it affected you mentally?
Shakes his
And are
head
you
no.
surprised there's no
Somebody,
more Russian fans here?
Hey, I love these fans, you know, because
Eh.
without this fan, this event is not happen, you know. And thank you so much, guys. They come here, buy tickets, airplane. They come, you know, like without
go.
fans,
Crowd's
it's
cheering
nothing
for him now.
happen. Thank you so much. And these guys give me motivation, you know. It's okay. They have to support this guy. I'm okay about this. Thank you, guys.
That was
Here's the
that
old
was
lady.
a
Hey, guys,
smart answer.
You gotta wrap
15
one on
minutes.
one shoulder,
15 minutes.
on
I'm
the other
here.
shoulder.
These guys
You're
didn't
gonna need a
come.
fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Black coming in donation.
Leave it to the woman to ask the stupid question. Lol, so the fight. Do you want to win? Or not really? Khabib may not
Not
really.
really.
What? Thank you, Vlad, for
Wait,
the donation.
is Khabib leaving?
Khabib has just got up. He took the belt, and he is walking off the stage. Now, some may say this is scripted. Eddie Alvarez. This happened with Eddie Alvarez before.
This is awkward.
Dana White's there by himself.
All right.
This is a repeat of.
In the center in the back.
He's running.
Hey, what's up, Kev?
Can you give an update? You said yesterday the pay-per-view was tracking. Can you give us any updates? Has it changed since yesterday?
Did they bring him back out?
The
What do you
tracking,
think?
all the numbers are tracking higher than Mayweather McGregor, and
Dana looks nervous.
This fight is a
He
global
did not-
fight.
you can
The
tell
whole
he didn't
world
expect
literally
that.
will be watching this fight, so I don't know, man. It's huge.
He didn't
It's
expect
massive.
that. That wasn't
I obviously
scripted.
don't want to come out and say we're
Dana
going to
White
do Mayweather
is
McGregor
Conor's
numbers, but
bitch. It's ridiculous.
We could possibly do Mayweather McGregor numbers.
Whatever Conor says, Dana listens. No Khabib, no Conor now.
How does this Khabib leaving, us not getting, a stare down
You
today,
can look
how
at
does
his
this
eye.
affect
Look,
the
he's
final
not
days
happy.
building up to this fight?
It doesn't. Obviously this wasn't the plan today, and this is, this shit happens. So.
Does it
This
bum
shit
you out
happens.
that Conor didn't show up on time, or are you upset Khabib left now?
They'll both be at the weigh-ins tomorrow on time, and we'll get the stare down tomorrow when
No
it matters.
Tony.
When
What
the
kind of
fight's
press
actually
conference
gonna,
is this?
To be
of all-
honest with you, I prefer that anyway. Tomorrow, we saw the stare down in New York. I want to see the stare down tomorrow.
No
That's the
Tony,
one I'm
no
coming.
Pettis, right? Those guys should have been up there
What you said
too.
earlier about 165. Why are you so adamantly against adding? a
Yeah,
Never been
I
talked
agree.
about.
It should have been Tony and Pettis.
It's a big fail not
just,
having
just
the
the concept of it. Why
Because,
do you not like
because
it?
even though
I don't like
Khabib walks
anything
off, they
about
would
it.
still have
It
two
depletes the
people that could
55-pound
have
division, and
held
all
the
the guys
fort.
that can't win titles at 55 or 70 are going to run to 65 and try to win a title.
He's you know what? Dana's white about. He's white about that.
You're gonna wrap one on one shoulder.
He's right about
you're
that.
gonna wrap the other on the other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Scripted. Connor's going to catch Khabib backstage and hit him with a steel chair. Then stuff him in the back of a limo that he'll drive into the lake with the trunk locked.
Oh, I hope that happens, Vlad.
Can they film that?
WWE style. Khabib gets on the bus, and then the chair goes flying through the window.
I always say about McGregor.
What you gotta do?
Games that go on and all the things
McGregor with the proper 12. It's like, come on, let's go. Fucking throws the proper 12 at him.
I spoke to the media. I'm out of here, so I'm not going to play your game and wait for you. And this is all part. This is all part of the shit that goes on leading up to the fight.
This is a contractual obligation for Conor to be here. We've seen what happened in the past with DIAZ not showing up to a
Well, the A team is sitting
Are there
together.
any
Mark Ramondi's on the alien's lap right now.
Is what? Consequences?
The crowd turns around. They're all roaring. Something is happening. There's cheering. Dana White looks to the back.
Dana.
No sign of Conor, though.
Jim Grieshaber, cage side seat. You said from the beginning when you guys
Dana
came
does
in
not
that
look good.
this is a global sport. You can go anywhere in the world, and people love to watch two guys fight. Is this literally what you had in mind? A guy from Ireland and a guy from Dagestan, the biggest fight in UFC history. I mean, this is what you planned for all along, and what you said was coming. How does it feel now that you're here with a fight like this?
Yeah, I've talked to many people about that this week. As you continue to grow the sport, and
This is Conor's not there. I'll watch
go
you
into all these
cut.
different countries and find new
No
talent.
Conor.
And as technology continues to get better,
Yeah, no
with
kidding,
OTT
WBM. This is a shit show.
I kind of want to mute Dana White and just talk to you guys until Conor gets in there.
So
right?
yeah,
I kind of want to hear what he has to say
This
now.
is just the beginning.
What is he going to say? Just tell me who's the headlining fight of UFC 230.
And you're a big boxing guy. Do you think now Conor is the biggest sell in combat sports? Is he the biggest
Khabib's
star
coming back?
with this fight coming
that?
in, coming
You think
back?
Khabib's
and what he did
coming
against
back?
Mayweather.
Yeah, I
Mayweather
think it's going to
had a couple
happen.
fights around
Khabib went in the
500,000
back.
buys, and then he fights Pacquiao
Connor's going to
and
come
Conor.
out.
But
Then they're going to
is it
drag
safe to
Khabib
say
out, just
Conor's
like
the
they did with
biggest
Eddie
star in the world
Alvarez.
in
It's the
combat
same,
sports?
it's the same
100%. And if
song
you
and
look
dance.
At what he's done. Think about
Both
this. When you
tickets for
talk
sale?
about Floyd Mayweather's
Uncle
numbers,
Fester looks
Floyd
desperate.
Mayweather's been fighting for 20
Talk at the
years.
people, Moss.
Conor McGregor has not been
Khabib is
around
gone.
for 20
So Steve
years,
Martinez, you think
and he's been
Khabib has
pulling
left?
big
Let me know in the
numbers,
chat.
pretty much right
Is
after he got
Khabib
in
coming
here.
back
So
out
the
on
answer to that
stage?
is absolutely.
He has left. No Conor McGregor. We're 20 minutes into the press conference.
What a disappointment. This is like worse than the first one with the no fans. There's the alien.
It would be funny.
And Mark Ramondi.
Yeah, I just said that. It would
Oh.
be funny.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
John Jones hasn't trained as
Conor never shows up.
He's got to
right?
get into camp
That'd be great.
before we
Nah, I
can
don't think
even
he's.
think about when he's going to fight.
Conor.
All right, Clock says Beef is gone. ANH says no. He's gone. He gone running, says Stelio too. You think that's why he left? You were scared? He's like, let me get out of here before. Before kind of gets you. I'm scared. Or maybe Khabib's having a bad weight cut and he's got to, you know, start cutting some more weight. You know?
Oh, I think he's just hangry and he doesn't want to deal with him.
Yeah, I think this is all staged. I'm not gonna. This is all staged. Khabib is just sitting in the background on the treadmill, cutting a little weight. Conor comes back. He comes on stage and then Khabib comes back.
Giving information about other fighters.
Khabib is still looking for Conor's location.
Awkward time. John Jones, USADA
What
deal.
happened with John Jones?
He needs to pray. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You'd have
true.
to ask Jeff Nowitzki about that.
That's
I
true.
don't know enough about it.
Khabib's on the prayer rug in the
They're
back.
asking him John Jones questions now.
I don't give a shit about drug testing anymore. I'm out of that business. USADA does it.
All right.
That was the biggest nightmare of my life.
Wow. So he's just throwing it on USADA.
You look like you don't want to be here right now.
Me?
The other side.
Well, yeah, I'm waiting for
I know
Conor.
You were on
What
an
the fuck?
Instagram chat, and you'd mentioned that Nate Diaz, like you would talk to Nate Diaz about that Madison Square Garden headlining event. Is there any update on that?
Here we
Then
go.
I said I would talk to him about it.
UFC 230.
No, somebody asked me on there, that fight should be 5 rounds.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Is there any
I
update
said
on
deal. We can make it 5 rounds.
That?
Oh, wow.
Do they agree to that, though?
No,
Will they do it?
Dude, that's the last thing I'm thinking about right now.
Well, hold on a second.
I know. We're
I'm
just
so
more
out there
awkward
right
than
now. I'm here.
So there is still discussions of Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier being a 5-round fight.
I asked Khabib this before he left, but do you have any insight into why
Hopefully
his
you get
father
that.
was denied a visa again?
Did I have any insight into what?
Any inside information about why his father was denied a visa again?
Well, that's a good question.
Why? Who's Khabib?
Khabib's father.
His father didn't get a visa?
No.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And also,
What a
just
liar.
curious because
Who's Dana
Conor
live under
is
a
originally
rock?
late. How much
You know how he knew is because
logistically
Khabib
goes
reached
into
out to
giving
Dana to
leeway
talk to
for
President Trump
venue
about
rentals and things like
about
that,
letting
just to
his
make
father
sure,
in.
the
Dana
UFC
White doesn't know about that?
No, he didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Khabib reached out to Dana.
What's the question?
How much leeway do you plan for, logistically speaking,
Oh
for
my
Conor
God.
to be late?
I agree, Clocks.
Listen, when I got here at 2:57. They said Conor was in the car and was on his way here. So
I hope
he said,
Conor
just
doesn't
hang,
show up.
Connor's in the car on his way here. He said, I'm not waiting.
This is why you don't hold a
I'm
press
professional. I was
conference
here at
with
3.
guys that are cutting weight for tomorrow morning. Today is the most important day. I know.
You're taking the situation in
WBM.
stride pretty
It's
well,
so true.
right?
I don't give a shit right now. Listen,
They're just
he
trying to sell
said what he had
pay-per-views.
to
That's
say.
why they're dragging these
He's
people out
going to
there.
show up here in a minute and he'll answer
Exactly,
everybody's
Mark Rowe.
questions
So
and
yeah, I
do
can
whatever.
call Trump, but Conor
And
needs every edge.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what happened. Dana and Trump
Tomorrow
are tight.
we're going to have
He
these
could
two
have called
face
Trump.
off at the weigh-ins. They're going to weigh
He
in. They're
didn't.
going to face off, and on Saturday they're going to fight. We're here, man. This is all I care about is the weigh-ins and the fight. Listen, I know that this fight's so big that everybody had a lot of questions and everybody wants to, he answered his questions. He's going to come answer his. And then tomorrow is one of my favorite days leading up to the fight. And then Saturday, I can't wait till these two walk out of the tunnel.
But you know the world wanted to see them face off today, man. Everybody wanted to see that.
You're going to see them face off tomorrow when it really counts.
So you
we
think
both
Khabib
know that
did
they both
leave?
made weight.
It's possible.
You know what I mean? They're
He's gonna
both mentally
stroke
wherever
out.
they are after these weight cuts and going into Saturday.
Dana's going to stroke out.
You cannot deny that the weigh-ins on Friday are the best
Oh,
day of the fight when they
super
square off.
chat.
Super chat coming in.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Khabib has nothing to gain by coming back to the presser.
True. Very
There you
true.
go. You know what? That's a good point. Who's that? Life
here,
on
to your
autopilot.
Yep.
Appreciate the
Right here.
$10 super chat.
Is today
You guys
the
want
biggest day
to
of
interrupt the
your
show? You know how to do it.
professional
Yeah, it's definitely one of them. I mean, when you talk about my professional
doesn't.
career, there's been a lot of
He really doesn't.
lot of big days.
You know,
Signing
look at the
deal with
fans.
Disney
They're all
lopsided.
pro
was a very
Conor.
big day in
You
my
know,
career.
the
Signing
people
deal we did
asking
with
the
Fox and
questions,
many other
they're
days,
retarded
but when
questions,
you
not
talk
worth his
about
time. He
fights
has a weight cut,
and-
like you
and the
said.
magnitude
The question
of
is
the fight
this:
and,
what are they
the
contractually
amount of
obligated to
people
do?
that
And
are
it's
interested
probably
in the
show up
fight.
to the press conference,
Definitely.
and then that's it. So he
And
showed
a
up.
fan yourself.
Connor
He
wasn't
did his
there.
job.
He left.
Could you maybe rank the hype of this fight compared to maybe other boxing fights in the history or MMA fights?
Well, if you look at the history of
course he's gonna
big
say what's the
fights in
highest
boxing or any other
ranking
sport,
fights of all time. He wants
to
to
get
sell
over
pay-per-views.
2 million pay-per-view buys is almost impossible.
Yeah, no kidding, Weezing. This is getting boring.
you
Is
look
it?
at some of the
Well,
biggest
I
ones,
understand
Mayweather
like the
and De
fashionably
La Hoya
late thing
and
for Connor. It's his
Mayweather,
thing.
Canelo,
But there's
Tyson
fashionably late, and then there's
I
just
don't
like
even think
retardedly
Tyson
late.
and,
Well,
Lennox
he
Lewis
was
broke 2
40
million.
some odd
Didn't,
minutes,
right?
42
Lennox
minutes
Lewis
the
and
last
Mike
time,
Tyson
late.
didn't break 2 million pay-per-view
It's only
buys.
25 minutes
big,
into the press
it's very
conference,
hard
so
to do, And
Wait.
this thing is trending.
Everybody wait. We're going to open up phone lines after, if Conor ever shows up, but after the press conference, we're going to open up the phone lines. I want to see what you think about how Khabib looked. Khabib leaving early. Was it a smart move? Was it not a smart move?
Looked awful.
But yeah, I mean, he's supposed to look awful.
Everyone's excited about this.
Draining his body.
It's Khabib time.
It is Khabib time.
He's not supposed to look awful.
How hard
I'm so pissed off to smoke something. No alcohol. By the way, we got proper 12.
How do you choose which fighter gets thrust?
Proper 12. A proper 12. We're going to be sipping on this shit on Saturday. That's right. For UFC, we have 2 bottles of this shit, so we're going to be getting properly wasted with you freaks. The MMA-Holes. If you haven't subbed, give us a sub. We're reacting to the press conference, the second one, and we're waiting for Conor McGregor. Khabib has left the building.
Again, we haven't seen Conor miss a fight, but you can't seem to book Khabib versus Tony to save your life, right? That fight never happens.
Right.
If you get Khabib versus Tony, would you still be satisfied with that?
It looks like they're setting up Conor's side of the mics.
Listen, that's not what I want.
Has somebody
obviously.
arrived?
Hold on a second. It's a good question.
You know, this fight has to happen. We'll see what happens. Dude, the way
Khabib
you're
versus
thinking,
Tony.
that shit isn't even in my head right now. I don't even want to think like
Saying,
that.
God forbid, Conor doesn't, can't show up. Uh-oh, Conor McGregor has entered the building. He is going through the metal detectors. He passes by, fixes his
Go ahead.
sweatpants.
Get your last question in, because I'm done after this.
Have you had a chance to talk to Tony Ferguson at all this week? He's
I
had an interesting demeanor, a little bit angry maybe. Are you guys on good terms?
Tony's always angry.
Just Drive, it's good?
That's the way he likes
Let me know
it,
if
I
you've
think.
tried
So,
Proper 12
yeah,
and how
I'm
is
totally
it?
cool with Tony. And,
I heard it's sweet. I'm not into sweet stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's kind of woody.
Maybe he's next in line regardless
twisty,
of
Here comes Conor.
the Nate and Dustin fight.
He enters the building. He's walking up to the stage.
Thanks for your time, Dana. I guess
The crowd's about to go wild. Puts his hand in the air with the bottle of Proper 12. Looking around, big smile on his face. Showing the teeth. Gives a bottle to Dana White. Dana White's laughing. It's like, you motherfucker. Patting the back. He's sitting down. I think he said...
What's up, Ireland? The Irish are back in town. I fucking love it. The traffic is heavy out there. You know yourself.
The traffic's heavy. What a dick.
Well, Conor, we appreciate you coming. Can you give us an idea?
I hope Khabib comes back. I really hope Khabib comes back.
Was this a conscious decision? Maybe a little bit of a mind game? Maybe a little psychology?
He knew what he fucking signed up for. I've been later than this. The traffic is a little heavy. There must be a McGregor fight going on. I don't know where the little fool is. He's better off running anyway. You know yourself, I bet you he was saying a load of shit up here. He didn't say anything the last time, so, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Fuck it. These things happen.
Are you disappointed at all, Conor? Because I know the face-off, we were all looking forward to it today, and maybe that'd be an opportunity for you to kind of get in his head a little bit. I mean, you're disappointed that you don't get to stare him down today?
Yeah, I mean, I did not plan this. I tried to get here. You know yourself, I'm only a couple of minutes late, for fuck's sake. The man backwards cunt, he should have just stayed put. But whatever, that's his sign. He doesn't want to be around
Conor
me.
does look good.
He doesn't want to be around these people. He is petrified. And that's it. He said nothing in New York, and I guarantee he was saying shit while I wasn't here. So that's the truth of it. So, hey, it is what it is. Fuck it. I've given you enough bleeding face-offs and all this shit over my years. So look, I'm here to fight this man Saturday night. He has to make weight. Make sure he goes and gets that fucking weight off him. That's more important for me. I want him making weight. I want him to show up on Saturday night because he has pulled out fights very last minute, been rushed to hospital and all this other bollocks. So get that man into that sauna and cook him like a little chicken jaw rat that he is.
Oh, Conor's fired up as usual. Looking shredded, by the way.
You've accomplished a lot of incredible things.
Will this
in
be
your
a gas
career
problem?
Already, but can you
think Conor
Who's
looks
on
better
the
than
proper
Khabib?
whiskey? Yeah, man!
Well, yeah, Conor at
Only
155
another couple of hours and I'll be
is
on
more
with
of a
you.
natural weight for him. Khabib
Can you talk
definitely
about
cuts.
where this would rank? I mean, stepping away for 2 years from the sport, coming back, facing the undefeated, unbeatable Russian champion, the toughest stylistic matchup for you.
What's up, Michael?
Where would this rank in terms of your career accomplishments?
Michael says he loves
It's
us.
another day, setting the bar high and knocking it out of the park. I plan on knocking that man's nose straight into the nosebleeds. That's what's going to happen on Saturday night.
What do you think? Nose in the nose?
last thing
Was
for me,
your
Conor,
dick hard
I mean,
yet?
as we break
I don't
down
know.
this
If
fight,
Colby
we see the two
Covington comes out,
opportunities
I'm going to
he
be
may have
hard as a
with
rock.
traveling and cardio.
Hard as a rock,
How much
Jesse.
of those two factors factor into your camp? We know you like to break things down and be scientific about it, so how much of those are focused in your camp?
I've been grappling and wrestling.
No. No
much
reaction.
heavier men this whole camp. 200 pounders, even
I've got 10 likes.
200 pounders,
All right, back to
2
Conor.
minutes straight. You know, I have cut no corners here. I am ready for all outcomes. I feel once I hit him, he's going to turn weak. I expect panic in him early, but we are prepared for every outcome. I also don't give a bollocks. I've experienced it all. I've got fucking tired in there. I've been on my back in there. I've been in every scenario you can be in under the brightest lights in the entire world. I am a veteran, so I'm going to go out here and do what I am here for, to enjoy it. I am here to enjoy this because this is what I love. I'm going to come out fast from the bell, pressure him, and look, like I said,
this shit.
send that man's nose into the nosebleed.
So Conor looks completely fed, healthy, right? Khabib looked like he was sickly, cutting weight.
Conor down to your left.
I mean, I'm just trying to pull something from this press conference. It's tough when they're not sitting next to each other.
Conor down to your left.
Yeah, I wish they were sitting
You'll
next to each
never
other.
beat the fucking Irish. You will never beat the Irish. Well, Las Vegas, the Irish are back in town. We fucking love it.
Conor, you're just saying it's yourself there. The fans weren't there in New York. They're here today. Is this the way it always should have been?
This is what I campaigned for in New York as well. I almost wasn't going to show up to the New York press conference. It's great to see the fans here. I know they're going to keep coming and coming and coming. And it's going to be a great fight week. So we're very, very excited. I'm filled with energy seeing my people come here and support me. And I look forward to going and making every single one of you proud on Saturday night. Thank you so much, truly, from the bottom of my heart. It's good to be back.
Khabib's carrying his belt around. Tony Ferguson's carrying a belt around. Where are your belts?
I was in a hurry. I tried to get going. They're in my gaff. They're in my bedroom at the minute. But I actually forgot them as I came out, but there's a bloke gone back to get them. But because I was late and because that little backwards cunt sprinted off the stage, I was like, fuck it, I'll just come on the damn stage.
That little backwards cunt sprinted off the stage.
Let them do this.
This motherfucker, what's up?
It's all good
We got
with
a
me.
new
I'm
MMA hole over here.
I know who the king is.
What's up,
and I'm
Cam
gonna show it on
Cobain?
Saturday night.
Just lastly, you
He was sitting in his
mentioned it a
hotel
minute
room
ago about him making
while
weight.
this is going on.
Part of him leaving earlier was because he says he
Or his
wants
mansion,
to
I
get on
should say.
schedule to go and make the weight tomorrow. If he doesn't, do we still have a fight?
You know, with me, there's always a fight going on somewhere. I don't give a bollocks about the weight or any of that. But he must make that weight for the championship weight. But if he doesn't, we'll figure it out when we get to it. But I'm fighting, know that.
Conor, to your right here. Yesterday at the open workouts, Khabib had a few things to say about the Irish language and about your family.
Khabib's taking a shit in a sweatsuit right now.
But what
He's
do
on
you
the
have to
bus.
say to those comments that he
Taking a
made?
shit.
Yeah, you should never take information from an informant. You should keep distance from the informant at all times.
Khabib
And
won't
that's
pull out
putting
smoke.
it for the media. That's the friendly way of putting it. His manager is a fucking snitch, terrorist, rat.
Whoa, here we
And
go.
That's it. I could go into heavy detail, and I will. And I will go into heavy detail. He was pulled off of a flight going from Cairo, Egypt to New York City on September 11, 2001.
Oh,
he
boy.
was caught with 5 passports in his possession. He turned informant and turned on the people that he was working with. He is I don't even know how that man is in this fucking country. We're all facing, I'm sure everyone here, the Irish people, are facing all this immigration stuff on the way over. My own people are facing it, my family. It's getting stopped at the airport and this and that. And then you've got this man with such a crazy background, DIAZ,
man.
and he's rocking around free. It begs belief, to be honest, but hey, don't ever take information from an informant, and that's what that man is doing. He's a rat bastard, and I'm gonna get him on Saturday night.
Wow. There it is.
What?
He responded to the
September
Irish
11,
fans. It's something he's never
2001.
done
He
before.
was pulled off
I
of
got a
a
story
plane.
about
All
that.
these Irish fans here has kind of gotten to him mentally.
Fuck him and his mentality. I don't give a fuck about him. My heart is black towards this man, towards his team, towards his people. I could truly see the inside of that man's head and smile. I don't give a fuck about him or his people. Like I said, there is way deeper shit than just a fight on Saturday night. So it is what
Connor's
it is.
doing this
I'm
for
here.
everybody.
I'm
He's
gonna
doing this for the
settle
world.
noble way for myself,
He's gonna beat up
and
Khabib
then
for the
see
world.
what happens after that.
He's gonna do it for everybody. Fuck terrorism. Fuck
Conor,
terrorism,
they
right?
said you couldn't get in Aldo's head. They said you couldn't get in Eddie Alvarez's head. Do you think that you're in Khabib's head right now? He's obviously not here for the press conference. Where are you at with that?
Yeah, curious.
Where's he at? He's sprinted out here. I mean, it's clear as day. But again, I don't really care about his mentality or what he's thinking. I do not give a fuck. I am ruthless here. I am coming to put a hole in this man's skull, dint my knuckle into his orbital bone, and that's what I'm going to do.
He's gonna put a hole in his skull, Jesse. How you feel?
This is a very personal fight. You've been very gracious before.
Imagine he puts a hole in his skull.
Wins and also in defeats. Do you see yourself being able to kind of squash the beef after fighting with him? Will you extend your hand after the fight on Saturday night?
Fuck peace. There will never be peace here. I always say you should aim for peace. But if you can't aim for peace, aim between the eyes. And that's it. I'm going to aim right between that man's eyes. And this is never over. Never, ever, ever over.
He's picking up steam, Conor.
Why is he dressed like a
Mr.
hobo?
McGregor, how are you? Israeli television. Nice to meet you. Let's talk about whiskey for 1 second. We have
Proper 12.
The crowd seems to be very pleased about that. But your whiskey hasn't been announced in Israel. It hasn't arrived yet. And I wonder if it's good, because in some places I've read in the Business Insider it's terrible. And
Have a drink of it now and tell me what you think. There's always going to be begrudges and people that I hate and this and that. You know, it comes with the territory when you're at the top of the game.
We're gonna find out on Saturday.
Trust me.
And I will be.
I want to open the bottle today.
Yeah. On the planet.
We have two. What are we waiting for?
I don't give a
We're gonna get properly wasted on Saturday.
I'm not even trying to sell it.
Your parents
Just
here.
have a sip of it.
My dad's
Just
doing.
take a ball with you and enjoy yourself.
I have to
now,
monitor
not
my
you, the
drinking.
smell of you.
Hold on a second.
Keep him out of here, bringing up negative shit. You ask my bollocks, mate. This is for the Irish people. Here, when I count to three,
Did he kick him out?
I want everyone in this building to scream at the top of their lungs, fuck the Jameson brothers. 1, 2, 3, fuck the Jameson brothers.
He's launching an attack against the Jameson brothers.
Coming for it all, mate.
What the fuck is going on? Now it's
Conor, with the whiskey,
the train's going
it's
off
like
the
it's selling
the
out in
rails.
a lot of different places.
Esther Lynn looks like a
especially here
fucking
Las
minion
Vegas.
in the
Have
crowd.
you been getting any numbers back on how well it's been doing?
It's exceeded expectations. It's actually blown the like I'm involved.
I gotta
with
try
people
it,
that are
but
involved in the
Saturday.
liquor business their
We're gonna be
entire
good.
life, and they've never seen
be
anything
good.
I
like
don't
this.
see
And I'm
why
just
we're
gonna
waiting
thank
until
my
we have
fans
2
and
bottles
my
and we
people
can't
who
drink
support me.
a lot
Well,
with your
listen.
parents here.
Once the bottle's
This
open,
whiskey and
it's gone.
myself, I'm actually
Right?
blown
That's
away.
usually
No,
what
that's
it
not
works.
true. Not with
With this guy. That's how it
Skyrocketed.
works.
We're
With
actually
whiskey, yes.
we're trying to
If
meet
I'm
the
gonna
demand
go,
now. So we're in a
I go.
stage where we're trying to get the
I go
glass.
there.
You
more
would get
glass
wasted in front of
created
your parents.
and keep the whiskey flowing.
Yeah.
So
No.
bear
I'm
with
gonna
us,
get
but
wasted in front of
it's out
thousands
the
of people
park.
on Saturday.
I tell you what, though, it's flown in Las
I get
Vegas
very
for
weird
this
with
fight
you.
week. Know that.
When drunk.
We got that sorted.
I don't think your parents being here is the best idea.
These fights like they're wars. At the last press conference, you had so much information about Khabib that a lot of people, I guess, unless they're really entrenched in the sport, don't really know about. Is that part of the art of war to you, is learning as much information about your opponent as possible?
I just observe. I know every shot everyone throws. I know every move everyone makes. That's it. I just keep my eyes on the game that I run. That's it. I overlook my empire with a hawk eye. So that's it.
And after the open workout yesterday, Khabib started to talk about stuff from your past. What do you think that means, that he went and looked up information about
Here
you?
we go.
Oh, the belts have arrived.
My belts are on my time. A little late. Running a little late.
The belts are
Thanks,
later
Jay.
than
Good
Conor.
man.
He's got both belts, one on each
No,
side.
sorry, what-
No
what'd you say?
Habib.
That's all right. So what do you think it means that he went and started looking up
He's
information about
listening
you as
to
a
that
response?
informant. That's it. I don't care what he's saying. Whatever. It's all good to me, mate. It's closing in on fight time. You just cook yourself in that fucking sauna, you smelly Dagestani rat, and be there on Friday at that weigh-in, and be there on Saturday at that fucking fight. That's it. Say what you want, though. You don't give a bollocks. You haven't got the balls enough to stay here for a couple of minutes extra. He got out here, he spotted his chance and went running, and that's it. Like in the fight, I believe he'll spot an exit and he'll try and take it, but I won't let it happen.
Dana White walks off, walks back on stage.
Conor, over
Curious
here
what
to
they
your
told him.
left. Dana was worried for a while that you wouldn't come back, you'd made too much money. You mentioned falling out of love with the game. Are you here to stay? The place is buzzing to have you back. Are you all in?
Yes, that's why I'm here. The fans, the love, the energy, and you know, you can't beat that. Truly, you can't beat that. It's as addictive as this tasty proper 12 whiskey. But you know what's also
You're gonna wrap one on one shoulder, and
Flag
the other
coming
on the
in.
other shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
The initial swig confuses your palate, makes you think it's great, but then you fill a cup. And it's almost as if they used vanilla to mask this weird ethanol smell. It's not bad, but definitely not top shelf whiskey. Good enough to drink though for $25.
Nah, I'll like it. I'll like it anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a big sweet, like I'm not a bourbon fan, like because it has a sweeter taste. I'm usually a woodier taste fan.
You're
We'll see.
woodier.
I like the wood, right? I'm into the wood.
I'd like to fight him somewhere. What's he at? Mountain out of him, non-stop. I hear he's had a few
Thank you
fights.
for the donation,
I may
Vlad.
want to spark Khabib and headline that Madison Square Garden card next. When is that? November what?
3rd.
November what? 3rd. So
What?
that's less than a month away from this one. I may want to do that one. That's what I'm thinking.
Imagine that.
So we'll see what happens.
Conor McGregor knocks out Khabib in the first round. Quick shot.
Lovely. Get the fight promo started. A snitch versus an Irish proper animal. So let's go.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Let me know in the chat if you think that
Conor,
is
right here, cage side seat. I want to ask you about
going
your
to happen.
legacy. We already talked to Dana. He said he thinks you're the biggest star in combat sports in the world right now. And that's hard to argue with the numbers that you're generating and the fans that are here from all over the world. Where does your legacy go from here when it's already so big, everything that's already happened in your career?
Just keep doing my thing. Keep showing up, looking for a knock and giving. At the end of the day, when I sign up, you're going to get a fight. That's known for a fact.
All right,
I come out fast,
drag
I
Khabib
come out
back into
aggressive,
the building.
And it's
No
a damn
kidding.
fight. There's no holding. There's none of this stalling. It's a straight knock.
It's like
So
I don't
that's
care
it.
anymore.
I'm gonna keep
It's
doing
like,
my
listen,
legacy is set in stone.
I'm a Conor guy, but
Everything is. I just keep on going.
what?
See what happens.
We want Khabib. Why not have Tony Ferguson?
Time.
Why not Tony Ferguson and Pettis there? At least he could talk shit to those two.
You don't have
You know,
to
like,
worry about money.
the fuck
you
is
have
going
your
on?
hands in a lot of different projects, and Mike Khabib be hungrier than you.
No.
Here she comes back with the hungry shit.
I'm starving.
Hungry's back.
I am starving for this man's head. I am going to eat him alive in here, and I don't give a bollocks. So there's no
Hungry's
way this
back.
man's hungrier than me. There's nobody that's hungrier than me.
It's
in this
such a
game.
stupid
I don't
question.
Stop.
Yeah,
I'm
Khabib
too-
left.
I'm too
Like,
on it.
are you
I'm
hungry for this
24/7
fight?
on this
Do you think your
game, so
opponent's
that's
more
it.
hungry than you? Like, no.
She's clearly nervous and hungry. Yeah, if you just jumping in, Khabib left before Conor got there. Conor was 20-some odd minutes late. So it's been
ahead, who's
Conor
next?
just fielding questions.
Oh, look, they took the table away from the other side of Dana.
Yeah, Khabib's not coming back.
Back in the day, you used to say that you want to come to Las Vegas maybe a month before or 40 days before to get used to the climate and to get away with the jet lag. How come you haven't done this this time out?
It's hard to leave Ireland when you're in it. It's a damn good place to be. The air, the people, everything. It's my home. It's where I'm from. So I spent a lot more time in Ireland this time. But I've also done the rounds in Las Vegas. I've been here for many, many months on end. So I'm experienced with the Las Vegas climate also. So I said I'll stay in my beautiful home of Ireland and then come out a little bit later. And that's what we've done. I feel great. I'm energized. I'm a day from the weigh-ins. I've lots of energy. So I'm very, very happy with it.
TygerLyfe
We've
Energy.
done it perfectly.
Link in the description.
A couple of weeks ago, you looked
We'll take some phone calls
into the eye.
after
You're
this
going
press
to do that
conference is
again
done.
tomorrow.
I'd love to know what you guys are
What
thinking,
would
so
you
hang in
try-
there.
What did you see back then, and
It's
what do you think you will see
nosediving right now,
I
in
saw
my
a
opinion.
man that does not
It's
wanna
going on
be,
too long.
Here, to be
No
honest. And like you
Habib.
saw there, he got
What's
out
the
there
reason?
quick
Why are we
stop.
doing this anymore?
So that's what I saw. But hey, you can't run now. Now it's in front of you. So I'm excited about that.
Now Conor's been there for 20 minutes.
Jose Aldo was also a fighter that hadn't lost in a very long time, like Khabib has. And he came out.
Look at the guy
very,
holding
very,
his hand up. He's been
aggressively
holding
in
his
the
hand
first
up.
round. Do you
He's
think
been
we'll
holding his
see
hand up the whole
something
time.
similar
He's like in
with
school.
Khabib?
He's like, pick me. Pick me, I got the answer.
He's afraid of a clap.
Put your head down,
Make no
dick.
mistake, he does not like to be hit.
Because they
He
have
has
to, like,
novice
fight for the
reactions.
mic.
He's a
Yeah.
flincher, we call them in the novice ranks. That's what
Buy
he
that hat.
is. So
You know what's funny, Sean
he's
Hart?
also easily backed up.
And
so
let
I'm
me
very
explain what kind of
prepared.
hat
I'm
Conor's
very
wearing. He's
aware
wearing one of those
of what
like
happens.
old school. I used to have a hat like that
It ain't
when I
nothing
was a
that
kid
phases me.
in grammar school.
Connor,
My
how are you doing?
parents used to make me wear it.
How are things?
I think I'll wear it now.
Very good, thanks.
You've got more money than you'll ever need to spend. You've done it. You're in it for the love of it, Conor.
Yes.
Look at all the fans you have here.
Thank you.
When, we all, the Irish members of the media, want to see you fight in Dublin again. When's that going to happen?
That's what I said the other day. It's like, I said, where is the Dublin fight? I mean, I know there's situations with the Crow Park stadiums. I know we want to do big. But I mean, I tell you what, I'd fight in the ringside. I'd fight in the ringside on South Circular Road where I made my boxing debut and my MMA debut also I made in the ringside club next to the National Stadium.
Look at Conor, right?
It's a pub.
He's
fits about 50
having
people.
a good weight cut. He's easily going to hit 155 with no problem over here. The guy's in great shape right now. He's smiling. He's laughing.
I am
like,
certainly
no fucks given. A lot different than the first time around when he was supposedly drunk, right?
Where there's a will,
he's just having a good time out there.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Khabib,
that.
on the other hand, looked starving, miserable, you know,
about how the sport needs
not wanting to be there.
You sort of compared it to boxing.
I wonder if that will play anything into the fight.
Mean a lot in that sense. The UFC doesn't seem too keen on 165.
Don't worry,
but with guys like Nate Diaz, Dustin Poirier pushing for that.
I'm not worrying. I'm trying to pull something from this press conference.
Nothing. This is awful.
I think it would benefit.
There's got to be something here.
This press conference
with an overlook, we could help people.
I mean, there's some good parts, and then there's
I don't think
other.
it's the be all end all. I think when people are campaigning for these weight classes and
it's going on way too long.
In general, with the UFC
I cheated on Bus. Like we need more of that.
Bring Khabib back. Complaining tactic or like
no, Khabib is gone. Khabib's time to get back on the treadmill.
Chase him down the street and drag him.
The dude is back in the sauna. The dude's running on a treadmill. The dude is trying to make weight. That's what's happening.
And then figure it out. I personally believe it.
That's why he's not there.
It would benefit having more belts on the line, potential. Dual weight, treble weight champions, etc., etc. It would make more for the more.
Khabib is on weight according to DC. He probably is. But man, he looks sickly.
I feel we could sit down and
but,
figure it
you know,
out.
He's cutting weight. It's the day before. Of course, he's gonna look like that. Conor looks.
I am
fine.
for it though. 155, 165.
Which is going to be a problem, right? Because Khabib is clearly going to be bigger than Conor in the cage. You know, and with Khabib's style of fighting, that could be a problem. That could be a big problem. Khabib has an intense gas tank. But what if?
I mean, have you followed my career, mate? I could go 185. I don't give a bollocks about
185. What if it's almost another, terrible weight cut and he drags himself into the octagon?
I would like the 165.
He's fine.
Belt, I think, but
Don't
I'd
worry
also
about
like the
it. Don't worry about it.
So I mean,
I'm not worried. I have no
we'll
problem.
see what happens.
I am completely confident that Conor's going to win the fight, so there's zero worry.
So what are you saying? What if?
Well, I'm trying to put on a show here.
The athletes who are competing and the struggles of the weight class.
Instead of playing with my hair.
But I understand like boxing is the way boxing has gone and things like that. There's like
hesitation doing anything wrong.
You know what? Actually, hold on a second. This is actually more exciting than the press conference. Hold on. Jessie's going to braid her hair for you guys. Murmur.
I'm going to take one more question.
I do this when I.
All right, last question here for Conor.
Dana said in New York that he feels like your mental warfare game has actually surpassed even Muhammad Ali. So I'm curious about your thoughts about that comment.
Thank you so much, Dana. I appreciate you the kind words. I also have nothing but good things to say about you. You're
there you go. Conor just sucked Dana's dick now.
You've put in over the years to get this sport to the each pinnacle. Honestly, like you don't get enough credit that you truly deserve. Even this new ESPN deal that
they're going to make out.
Lorenzo bowed out, and I was like, wow, that's.
They're both going to make out right now.
I wasn't unsure what would happen, and then with the ESPN deal done, I was like, you're a true pioneer and an OG of the fight game, and it's an honor to be up here doing business with you. I know we've had our ups and downs and our wild relationship, but it's an honor.
Shake hands.
Thank you so much.
Conor humbly.
Thank you for them kind words.
Thanks, Dana White.
And always, you tell the truth. No matter what, you tell the truth. Like me also. So he's saying about Muhammad Ali.
Nah, Dana White lies.
I respect that and appreciate that, but Muhammad Ali is a special individual. I am not even close to that.
I love that though.
How
I've even said he reminds me of a Muhammad Ali type fighter, right? Just as an athlete, as a personality, everything all together. And he just says no. He won't accept that.
Compare myself to that great man.
That's the thing. He's a humble dude, you know. He's a humble dude. It's his whole fucking show.
How much money could you stand to make if it did $2 million?
The UFC planned this presser Khabib first, then Conor, no chance of violence, fucking shit up.
We're
Do
estimating
you think it
around
would have gone
3 to
violent if it was both of them?
I'd say I'll close
Yeah, if they were on
the
stage,
$50 million mark.
a hungry Khabib
So for a mixed martial
could have got a
artist
little testy
to
out
make
there.
$50 million in a mixed martial arts bout,
It's quite breathtaking. I've got to thank my management stable, Paradigm Sports Management.
Louis C.K.
I've got to thank Dana White. I've got to thank Lorenzo Fertitta and Frank.
Louis C.K. is funny as fuck. I don't give a fuck what he did. If he's a pervert,
the new owners,
he jerks off in front of women. I don't know what he does, but
Dana White doesn't lie. The truth changes. It's about how it is.
Those guys as well. I haven't really met them that much, but they've been good to me so far. So now, Ari and those guys, life is good. I mean, to think where we have come from. When I fought, like I said, when I fought Nate Diaz, he was on 20.
Too late,
the first
Pulse.
time he was on
It's a compliment.
20,000 to show.
Can't take it back now.
To win. The game has gone to so much, so many new heights so quickly, and we're all just trying to keep up and catch up. And it's a great time to be involved in the sport from myself, for the fighters, for the promoters, for the managers, for the media in attendance, for the fans, for everyone.
Boo.
Times are good.
2
so
thumbs
let's
down
enjoy it.
for the
Let's
second
enjoy
press
this,
conference.
These momentous
I like
occasions.
it.
All right, go ahead. I'm going to let you. Yeah, you wanted to ask a question, right? Go ahead, buddy.
Team Z Sports. How long until you're a billionaire, Conor?
How long till you're a billionaire?
Congrats on the whiskey.
Thank you so much. I'd say about, well, I'm 30 years of age. I'd say by 35, I'll be a billionaire.
35?
Yes, 35.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
35
that.
will be a billionaire.
Thank
What
you
do you
guys
think,
all
Jessie?
for coming. Conor will do some photo ops right here in front of the podium.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why not.
6 fights on his contract. Dana White hugs Conor. Conor is about to take some pictures in front of the crowd. And no Khabib. No Khabib. He is left. Only there for 20 minutes. Did not want to stay around for Conor being late. Now Conor's laughing, hugging. Interesting stuff. Not really. What a letdown. What an absolute letdown. Now, all right, I'm going to turn this shit off. What the fuck's going on here? No more. All right, so if you're just jumping in, Conor McGregor's on the stage right now showing the 2 belts for his photo op. Man, we were looking for fireworks today. The crowd is there. Everyone's cheering and they're throwing their hands up in the air. They're taking pictures of Conor. But a huge
disappointment.
Huge letdown. The UFC has enough clips to keep on making more promos, right?
Yeah.
They got the bus. They have the first press conference. They have all that bullshit, right?
Mhm.
They have the open workouts. They have both of them going back and forth. They have enough to clip. It's just a big ball drop here. There's a couple of things that I didn't like, right? You're not going to control Conor McGregor.
Right.
It's just how it is. But I don't understand why they didn't have the co-main event out there too. Just because they're in the picture, right? The co-main event with former champ, strip champ Tony Ferguson, former champ Anthony Pettis. And that would have been so much shit talking. You know, they're not the best shit talkers, but the combination with them and Khabib on stage, and then Conor strolls in late. If Khabib even leaves, the other two still on stage, it still would have been a good shit show. It would have been fun. You know, there is nothing fun about this. Like a couple of people in the chat, you know, everyone was saying, Conor McGregor. Everyone was very positive about him. I'm positive about him. But that's not what we want.
Yeah.
We want them to sell the fight.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there's something, and I think it has to do with any fight when it comes to press conferences. I just think there's something about watching the two fighters just square off like that, whether it's with their words or being face to face, you know, whatever it is. There's just something about that feel, that aura that makes you more enticed to see the fight. Now, I will say UFC 229 has practically sold itself, you know. Conor Khabib, you're going to buy it regardless, but add in that press conference. If the press conference will put up better, I think it would have a much better outcome.
Okay.
But
whose fault was this is the question. Okay.
Both of them have
Now,
to take an equal responsibility.
You can say it's Conor's fault, right? You can say it's Conor's fault, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here, right? Conor has never showed up on time for a press conference, right? In fact, the last one, he was 40-something minutes late, right? And they just started the press conference late. So the reason they started the press conference on time, maybe the UFC should have waited. Maybe they should have waited to start the press conference. Or maybe Khabib's having a bad weight cut. Maybe Khabib is like, no, we start this on time because I can't stay very long. If you want me to fight, well, we start now.
Do you really think he's having a bad weight cut? I don't think he is.
I'm not thinking a bad weight cut, but what I'm thinking is he wants to make damn sure he has a good weight cut. And I think that he wants to get it done right. So honestly, they start the press conference on time, which we haven't seen that in a long time.
Right.
Usually they wait. Khabib is probably like, listen, I'm here now. Let's start this press conference. I have to go back and do what I got to do to make weight for tomorrow. What is more important to you, the press conference or the fight? And Dana White's like, the fight, let's start this thing live. And it was on time. And that's what happened. Right on the button. 6 p.m. hits over here, and boom, the press conference is live. Khabib's sitting there. Dana White sitting there. No Conor McGregor. Here's my problem. Khabib, I know he has to, cut weight and all that bullshit, but Conor was only 20 minutes late, right?
Right.
And Khabib just didn't want to be there. You can tell he didn't want to be there. So I find this to be Khabib's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that he should have hung out a little bit longer, waited for Conor to show up, and then left. Now if it's 45 minutes, an hour, and he's still there, and he's like, what the fuck? Then okay, but it's 20 minutes. 20 minutes of your time. I think that Khabib is having a bad weight cut.
I don't think he's having a bad weight cut. I agree that everybody knows Conor's late. Everybody. It doesn't matter who's fighting, Conor is just, it's like you said, nobody can control Conor. Conor works on his time. So I think that having an opponent who understands that, it's a little bit of a disappointment on Khabib's side because he knows. He knows how Conor is. He could have, just held in there for a little bit longer, but he didn't. And that's what makes the press conference disappointing. I don't think he's having a bad weight cut, though. I think Conor got a little bit into his head in the end of the first press conference, and I think now Khabib just doesn't want to deal with it. He wants to focus on the fight. Yeah, maybe he does want to focus on weight cutting.
He's scared.
But I think he wants to stay. He wants to keep himself.
He's scared.
Horse blinders. He wants horse blinders.
He's scared. Khabib is scared.
He's not scared.
He's not only
Shut
scared
up.
of losing the fight,
He's
scared of missing weight.
It's Khabib
He's
time.
scared of winding up in the fucking hospital again.
Yeah.
He looked sickly.
He's
Hold
not
on a
scared.
second. Let me see if I can pull up.
Don't sleep on Khabib Nurmagomedov.
That press conference made me fall asleep. Hold on a second. Let me go back.
He's not scared.
He's scared.
It's Khabib
Did you
time.
see him? His eyes were sunken into his head. His cheekbones.
Hey, I want to ask you guys what time it is.
They don't know the donation. They only happen once. It only happened one time. And if you want to donate, link in the description. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Khabib looked like he was sick. He looked like he looked like a poor kid in those commercials that you have to donate 1 cent a month to feed little Mogwai.
Stop.
Yeah, he looked sickly, Khabib. He's scared of Conor, and he's scared of ending up in the hospital. Let's see what the chat room has to say. We're going to open up the phone lines in just a second. We'll be live tomorrow, and we'll be live for the fight. UFC 229, Conor McGregor versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. And we have something to play over here. 20 likes.
20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes.
20 likes.
20 likes, I've got fucking 20.
We didn't play it at 40, so
20 likes,
I've got fucking 20 likes.
20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes.
20 likes.
20 likes, I've got fucking 20 likes. I hope the dislikes die of leprosy.
All right, let me know in the chat what you think. We're going to open up the phone lines. I want to know what you think about this shit show of a press conference.
Fritz Mod says Russian mob putting pressure on Khabib. Drunk Savage says Khabib left so he wouldn't poo himself. Bone Sniff says there's no reason Khabib should make up for Conor's unprofessionalism. WBM Entertainment says it's Dana's fault for booking this idiotic press conference on the most important weight cut day. Deathstroke OG, Conor has been walking around all day waterloading. Kevin Costa says it's a pick'em fight honestly. Ape Wright says feces. Sean Hart says JBH Moss, can you guys at least give us a face off? Schlag Boy says Khabib.
You want it?
No.
I think we should do that. It's only fair. Jessie, it's only fair
Nah, I'm
that
good.
we give this community the proper face-off,
on.
right?
I just want to read the chat.
What? You don't want to? Jessie,
Maybe at the end of the show.
these people were gypped. Not only were they gypped of a press conference,
So
it was horrible.
At
It
the end
was
of the show.
horrible.
At the end of the show.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I think we
Nah,
should give
it's
them.
okay.
Hit me with the ones in the chat if you want a real
Stop.
face-off.
Come on.
You are Team Khabib. I am Team Conor, and we need to do a face-off. Perhaps an Eskimo kiss. Actually, we'll do the face-off with the 80s fist
What
grab.
is an Eskimo kiss?
All right, so here's what we're going to do. At the end of the show, all right? This is the 80s fist grab cam. We throw a hand in there. We're going to do a face-off inside this over here, the 80s fist grab cam at the end of the show. What's up to this person over here? You are wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to the MMA Holes. Look at that. The chat room's lighting it up with ones. They want to see it. They want to see it, Jesse. The people have spoken. All right, we're going to open up the phone lines. Let me know what you think about this shitty press conference. Horrible stuff. I can't blame the UFC on this one. I can't, because they always have a press conference the day before weigh-ins, right? Mm-hmm. They always do it. So it's not like they just did it specifically for this. They always do it on a Thursday, right? So I can't kill the UFC for this. Conor always shows up late, and whoever fights Conor knows what they signed up for. He was 20 minutes late. Khabib had to get on the fucking treadmill and make weight because he's too much tiramisu in his system. All right, let's open up the phone lines at 516-522-0267. Call us up right now. Let me know what you think about this press conference. We're going to go for maybe 20 more minutes, shut the shit down. We're going to be live tomorrow and Saturday for the fight. So, yeah, fuck you. All right, here we go. What else do we have going on in this chat room?
Post Resurrected says, I was gypped on Fuqua Friday. Brian Blaze says, it was a good press conference without Khabib, actually. Chitty says, smoke something. They never do it on a Thursday, says WBM Entertainment. Fritz Mott says, they needed Tony and Pettis to go first. Coco Bus says, Khabib shit on press conference. Logan, Khabib fled. Callum Murphy says, GG. King Sword says, will you be having only proper 12 during streams now?
Maybe. If it's good, I'll drink the shit. It's $25.
It'll be fine.
It's going to taste like shit. I'm telling you right now. This is going to taste like pure shit trash. Shit trash. Hold on. You're hitting all the wrong buttons.
I didn't even hit any buttons.
I know. That's right. You are live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what is on your minds?
Couldn't let me ask the question.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh.
All right. You're gone. 516.
I answer the phone.
52202. You would just grab the mouse.
I got it.
All right. Are you drunk? All right, here we go. Proper 12 is going to taste like proper trash.
How dare you?
I'm fairly positive it's going to. I'm a Scotch guy.
It'll be
I like
fine.
Scotch. I like whiskey. Jameson's good, but it's not great. Jameson's not great, but it's cheaper whiskey. This is only $25. How good could this be? And
It'll be fine.
And if there's vanilla extract in this shit, well, no. It's probably going to taste horrible, but we will drink it. Because we paid for it.
Oh, that was smoke something.
But it smokes a
You
callback.
said, damn it, my service cut out on you. My bad.
It's all good. 516-522-0267. At the end of the show, we're going to do a proper face-off because Conor and Khabib did not. Khabib left early. Conor got late and hung around, and that was it. Shitty press conference. Out of 10, I give it a 2. It was a 2. It was horrible. Horrible.
I give it a solid 5.
This is the worst Conor press conference of all time because he just showed up. He was having fun. Hanging out, answering questions that we already know the answers to, right? The only thing that sticks out in this press conference is Ali Abdelaziz.
Good job. You got it.
That's right. Hold on.
I'm so proud of you. You said it right.
'80s fist grab. Should we do the face-off now?
No.
All right, stand by. We're gonna be doing our face-offs at the end of the show because you were gypped. The UFC has gypped you guys, so we're gonna do our face-off at the end of the show, and then we want you to vote who's gonna win. Team Conor and Team Khabib over there. All right, so Ali, Conor goes in and calls him a terrorist snitch, but speaks about 9/11. I spoke about this briefly before when we started the MMA-Holes 2 years ago. We were like a month in. I forgot this guy's name, but he came in on a Hangouts multiple times, and he told us that the manager of Khabib is, in fact, a terrorist. He has connections with 9/11 and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Dude, if you're from Jersey, I forgot your fucking name. If Michael Anzalone was in here, we need Michael Anzalone to do research. It was literally the first few Hangouts that we had, and this guy would come on, and I'm like, this guy's full of shit, right? And now Conor is saying that this is true. And this motherfucker was giving us, like, news. Imagine. Well, not like Conor knows. Well, anyway, go ahead.
Smoke something. You're live with the MMA-Holes. What's on your mind?
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
Fucking, man, this shit pisses me the fuck off so bad. I waited all fucking day for this stupid presser, and Khabib pulled that stupid shit. I
know.
really think that Conor is in his head so bad that I think it's going to be a repeat of like the Jose Aldo fight.
There you go. That's what my
What?
man. Yes. Let the
What?
Olays reign.
Are you out of your mind? Are you
Nice.
out of your mind?
He's speaking
Smoke
the truth.
something.
He's
No,
speaking.
not really.
Are you
No, not really.
out of your mind?
No, not really.
What makes you think that this is going to be a Jose Aldo
Because I think Conor is in his head so bad. He said all that personal shit. You know, I think he's in his head so bad that he's going to go out there and fight angry.
You think it's
probably
gonna
try
be-
to shoot in on him right away and get knocked the fuck out.
It's true.
Like a one-punch knockout is what you're looking for from Conor.
Say what?
Are you looking for a one-punch knockout?
No, I mean, it might not be a one-punch knockout, but he'll hit him, and knock him down, and then probably hammer fist his ass.
That's right.
I
Something
demand
along those lines.
I demand you to put money down on this. Smoke something.
No, Smoke something. Trust me, you are correct. And if you do put money down, you're going to win. You're going to win a lot of money.
Oh, I know.
That's right.
I know.
All right. Thanks,
Crazy.
Smoke. All right.
Yeah, he's going to get knocked out.
All right. Thanks
regardless.
for the call. There you go. So Smoke something.
He's crazy.
He's not crazy.
He's
Let me know in the chat.
crazy.
What do you say?
He is out of his mind.
That's right. Let's open up the phone lines again. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. Let me know what you think about the second press conference. We think it sucked, but there's something to pull from this. Khabib, in the beginning, there was 20 minutes you get to look at him, and he looked sickly. He was dying. He was frivolous. He's like shaking. He was on the stage. He's like, I'm hungry. Khabib was shaking, like, twitching, convulsion. His cheeks, like when he was talking, you could watch his cheeks go into his mouth. He was like chewing on his cheeks. He's like, feed me. I gotta cut the rest of my weight. Tiramisu. And Conor comes in with fucking veins coming out of his muscles, looking all. By the way, do you think this whole USADA thing, John Jones miraculously comes back, right? Miraculously, John Jones is back. He's like, shorten his sentence up, and now you can fight in the UFC now. Conor comes on stage, looks probably the most ripped he's ever looked, right? Do you think Conor's on the juice? You think they're all on the juice?
No.
Everybody's on steroids, do you think?
Well, if he was, then he wouldn't get busted for it. We all know this.
He's Conor, yeah. He can get away with
he's not
anything.
Gonna get popped.
Yeah. All right, let me know what you think about this press conference. We have, hold on a second, 4 more subscribers, and we let the fucking dragons loose. I just noticed that.
Subscribe.
4 more. We let
4
the dragons
people.
fly.
Hit the subscribe button right now.
All right,
I need dragons.
What does the chat say over here?
Bone Sniff says Khabib looked the same as he always does. Russians are speaking Russian. Tony Trejano is dropping the Eagles in the chat. Sean Hart says he looked like a withdrawn junkie. Abdullah the Clasher says 27-0. Adam Slattery says ole, 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 ole. Smoke Something says he looks like a dying tranny. Shariful Islam says 27-0.
Oh, we're 1 subscriber away. So close. 60 likes. Let's go. 20 likes. 20 likes. I've got fucking 20 likes. Keep on liking. Let's go. I hope the dislikes die of leprosy. 9 people with their limbs falling off.
The Jameson
And
brothers.
we have something special. 13,600 subscribers. Let's let
the dragons loose.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 13,600. The only MMA show with dragons. The MMA-Holes.
Subscriber goals.
Let the dragons fly in the chat.
Subscriber goals.
Yes.
Subscriber goals. Subscriber goals.
Dragons.
Subscriber goals. Subscriber goals.
Mer. Subscriber goals. Who's winning, Khabib or Conor?
Subscriber goals.
Dragons.
Subscriber goals.
MMA-Holes.
Subscriber goals. The greatest channel on YouTube.
They're flying.
The MMA-Holes.
Kimbo, rest in peace.
The world domination.
MMA-Holes. That's right. Let those fucking dragons loose. We need to put a new goal over there. But thank you for joining this dysfunctional community.
I say 13-7.
All right. 13,700. Appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the new peeps jumping in over here. We're going to take a couple more phone calls right now, and we're going to open it up. 516-522-0267. Call up. We miss you. Let me know what you think about Conor versus Khabib, the press conference. Who's going to win the fight? But let's talk about the press conference, the second one. I need to know what you're thinking.
I shit on bus.
I shit on bus. We got no I shit on bus. But there's the one thing about this is we got nothing to clip. There's nothing that we can say, oh, remember that part of the press conference? The only thing is the terrorist attack thing.
He said nobody can defeat Ireland or some shit like that. Nobody can beat Ireland.
I don't know. What about Khabib? Let's pull from what Khabib said over there. He did say that he said to the crowd, I don't care if you're booing or if you're cheering. You know, it's what the sport needs, basically. I'm paraphrasing. And he was, basically saying thank you to the fans. So he was saying thank you for booing or cheering. He appreciated the fans. Khabib he's a real likable guy. He really is. I like Khabib. I root for Khabib when he fights. It just so happens he's going against Conor, and Conor's going to win. So, that's how that works.
Wonderful.
No Noah comments. A lot of proper 12. I don't know.
Conor's not going to win.
What's going on in the chat?
Guy Dude Man says Noah versus proper 12. Sean Hart says 14,450 by the end of fight night subs. Adam Slattery says he said you'll never beat the Irish. Fritz Mott says Gegard proper 12 Musasi. Smoke Something says Khabib it here giving ancient history lessons and shit. It here? Nobody gives a fook. Killer Studio says Noah. Tony Trejano says we need 165, 175, 195. Boss Kogar says Oliver Cromwell beat the crap out of Ireland. Cocoa Butt says Dana versus Ali. Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington. Dwagons. Who? Smoke Something says how's Noah? Einstein says don't know shit about fighting. Shut the fuck up.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Van Chipman says Noah's on an arc. Michael Anzalone says Killer Studios. Good video.
All right.
Fiok Nolan says watching in Ireland now. Prediction flying knee to turn Khabib's face inside out in 12 seconds.
All right, so you can keep the conversation.
Hello, shout out to Ireland.
Ireland in the house. Where is Ireland? Is Ireland here?
Nolan.
Russia? Where are you? If you're in the chat from Ireland or Russia, hello. Welcome to the show. Drop in the chat a shamrock or an eagle if you're Russian, right?
Or an eagle.
Right, for Khabib.
Yeah.
Or the
it's
Russian
Khabib
flag.
time.
All right, so so what Jessie's doing, she's not even explaining it, but the Khabib time, what she's doing is one of our donations. Link in the description. She's just doing it for you guys because no one's doing that donation. You are live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what is on your mind?
It's the dinner.
NH, what's up, Ann?
What's up? Watching you guys.
Yeah, and what did you think about that press conference?
That press conference sucked.
It did.
Yeah.
Ann, are you
It's
okay?
bad. Am I what?
Are you okay, Ann?
Yeah, I'm okay, but I just expected more. It would have been more fun if he would have stayed.
What a letdown, right? What a letdown.
Yeah, so disappointed.
I mean, how does this happen? Like, you have this fight that's happening, Conor versus Khabib. They both want to mutilate each other. Do you think that the UFC was like, nah, let's just do it this way. Let's keep them separated. We're going to have the fans there. So we're going to have Khabib first and then Conor second. Do you think this was staged?
I don't know. I don't think so. Kind of way Dana looked.
He looked upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was staged. If it was staged, it was kind of stupid to do that.
Yeah. It seems like they made a bunch of mistakes with this press conference. No crowd the first time, right? And although that press conference, I watched it multiple times and it was good. But if the crowd was there, it would have been 100 times better. And this one, you bring the crowd and they're not together. So it's like we're almost 0 for 2 with these press conferences.
Yeah. 0 for 2.
Well, what are you going to do? Well, Food Court Fridays tomorrow, so that's more important, right?
Yes, the fight. I'm sorry. Can't wait.
That's right. All right, we're going to do our face-off, myself and Jessie. Who are you on, Team Jessie or Team Mystic in this face-off?
Mystic.
All right.
There's Connor. Connor.
That's right, Ann.
Connor's gonna win.
All right, so I'm gonna hold a straight face, and I'm gonna do this for you, Ann.
I love
okay?
you, Jessie.
I love you, Ann.
Gotta give that straight face to her.
Okay.
Jessie. I mean, I'm sorry. I love you both, but
Yeah.
We love you,
we
Ann.
laugh again.
We love you.
You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right, Ann. Thanks for the call. She's the best. I hate hanging out on her, but she's fantastic. She really is. NH is wonderful, wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready in the chat room? The press conference happened, and it was a... What do you rate it, Jessie? do you rate it a... Huh? Or
I give it a solid 5.
a solid 5 out of 10? Wow, that's actually pretty good. 5 out of 100.
Out of 10.
5 out of 10. All right. Okay. JBH Moss, how does your fighter win method and rounds his
To be
MMA Buzz?
determined.
We could say like what everyone else is saying. Well, if it stays on the feet, then Conor is gonna win, and if it goes to the ground, Khabib's gonna win. All right, I'm gonna say this.
You don't have to give. You don't have to give a round. You don't have
No,
to do
I
that
do
yet.
because
No, you don't.
Here's what I see.
We haven't even made your picks yet.
No, I know, but as of now, it can change on the night of the fight. But where I sit right now, this is what I see. And people might think I'm crazy, but I'm the mystical one. So you can go fuck yourself. But looking at this fight, I've been actually thinking about this a lot. And I haven't been talking to you about it because I've been thinking about it. I've been sitting on a stoop, like a gremlin, like a gargoyle. And I was like, just thinking about it. I even made that noise, Jessie. And I said to myself,
That's the noise you make when you're on the toilet.
Conor's going to win. And that's true. Conor's going to win, but how is he going to win this fight? And I may surprise you here. I may surprise you.
What are you going to say? Submission?
I'm thinking Conor.
He's going to say submission.
No, I am thinking Conor by decision.
You think they're going to go all 5 rounds?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. People are probably like, what? If Conor wins, he's got to knock him out. I don't see that. I see a Nate Diaz type deal here. I see Khabib getting a couple of those rounds. He's never lost a round, Khabib. So I'm giving him credit. I think there's going to be rounds where Conor is getting mutilated. But I see Conor getting back up to his feet, surviving a round where he can be in a lot of trouble, and Conor winning by a decision. That's what I'm seeing. Now, what do I want? I want Conor to knock him out in the first round. That's what I want. But I don't know. I see a war. I see a dogfight. I see Khabib trying to make it ugly, Conor trying to keep it on the feet, Conor outstriking Khabib, losing a couple of rounds, but winning the fight in a decision. What do you say?
I'm not giving my thoughts on it yet.
What do you mean you're not? No, I'm saying, where do you sit right now?
I don't know. I know who's going to win, but I don't sit anywhere
Khabib
right
by
now.
knockout on the feet?
I don't sit
A spinning
anywhere
kick?
right now with how it's going or when it's going to end.
So you're just going to say, you're not going to, like, break it down. Like, if you had to think about it, right? Like,
I don't have to answer to anybody.
Vision the fight. Well, we're doing a show. Vision the fight. How dare you?
I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have one right now.
I'm going to put you in time.
Well, you want me to magically come up with one at the
Vision
top
the
of my
fight right
head?
now. So say if someone were to say to you, right? If someone were to walk up to you, or if 227 people were to walk up to you right now, all together, like all there, and they say, Jessie, if you really thought about it, right now. Now this this could change. You have 2 days, right?
But I don't want to just throw
So you
one
didn't
out
think
there.
about it? You didn't even think about it?
I've been thinking about it, but
Okay.
I don't want to just throw something out there if I don't feel that that's what's going to happen.
What do you say in the chat as we wind this thing down? Stay tuned because we're going to do our face-off. Team Conor, Team Khabib. Last comments in the chat. Get them out.
King Warrior says Khabib is going to kill someone. Caroline Howell says by fans throwing 12 bottles in the octagon. Fritz Mod says JBH needs to talk about Gegard's giant mule dick first. Ali Grid.
Wonderful.
Jessie, what do you think about Gegard Mousasi's giant mule dick?
I think it's great.
You know, Gegard probably has a giant mule dick. Let's be honest. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the chat. I love you.
Majestic says Khabib all the way. King Sword says Khabib by Kenny Florian decision. Sean Hart says Conor early second head kick. Drunk Savage says Conor wins. JBH drinks too much. Alik Bizrukov says 27-0. Chris Hillier says Conor by decision. Fritz Ma says Bert Kreischer says it's as thick as a water bottle. Caroline Howell says Conor hung well as well. Post Resurrected says Conor will say I underestimated his power. Mark Rose says Mike Perry has Noah. Smoke Something says laughing my ass off. Guy Dude Man says Khabib by knockout. Blake Street, his legacy is money. My legacy is smash. Conor by knockout says Guy Dude Man. Coco Bus says Jessie. Chris Hillier says Conor. Schlag Boy says Gegard the Eggplant Musasi.
All right, so there is still a poll in our community section on our channel, on the MMA-Holes on YouTube, which you're watching us on. And still, it's a 64% in favor of Conor and 36% is Khabib. Get some more votes in on over there. Now there's 275. And let me know. We're going to keep on watching this. We're going to monitor this until the fight. So jump over to the community section. We'd love to know, who do you have? Who do you think is going to win, Khabib or Conor? It's funny. It's like, who do you want to win and who you think is going to win? I rarely bet against Conor, and his track record, I mean, you got one blemish in the UFC, at least. You have one blemish. And honestly, it doesn't bother me, that blemish, because of the short notice. He just takes an opponent. It wasn't the guy he was training for or fighting. There's a whole bunch of things that really don't bother me. In my eyes, when it comes to a fight, Conor McGregor is undefeated, in my eyes. And he's pretty much done it all. He's done it all. He's predicted these things, but he's backed up his words more than he hasn't. So in that sense, and the Mayweather thing, come on. But in that sense, inside the cage, it's just tough for me to go against Conor. Not just being a fan, which I am, but there's just more to it. And that's why I have to stick with the Irish one. I understand where she's coming from with Khabib, but it's Conor time, motherfucker. And now it's time. Are you ready? We should have an extreme face-off cam. I'll make that next. This is the 80s fist grab cam. We put hands up like this, and we grab fists. Like that. And then it goes down. But now, it's time for our face-off.
Wonderful.
That was the gayest fucking face. Could you imagine? That was the. What the fuck?
I was reading the chat.
Yeah, that was like Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva. Again.
No,
that
was
just
like
happened.
Yoel Romero and Luke Rockhold.
Should we do it again?
I was reading Sizzle.
How dare
Sizzle.
We were supposed to have our epic. Anyway, Jesse,
I was listening to Sizzle.
Yeah, last words.
Sizzle in the chat. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.